Hello, everyone. Good afternoon to every one of you. I'm delighted to extend a warm welcome to all of you. Thank you for joining us today for the webinar inside the MA Economics program. This is a very special panel discussion with some of our current MA Economics students to discuss why they chose Ashoka as their destination for the master's programs. My name is Munazar Rashid, and I'm a part of the Office of Admissions at Ashoka University. Let's welcome our panel of speakers. We have with us Devin Parekh and Manvi Kathotia from the MA Economics batch of 2025. Before we begin, I'd like to inform our audience that the deadline to apply to the MA Economics program at Ashoka University is 30th of April 2025. This is a very important date, so I'll request all the attendees to make a note of this date. I urge all of you to apply as soon as possible and secure your seats. To give you a brief overview of the application process, all applicants are required to submit an application form with us before the deadline. Then all the applicants are required to appear in the mandatory online assessment, which is going to be held on the 18th of May, 2025. Decisions towards the candidature will then be announced after the rigorous evaluation of the application forms, as well as your online assessment reports. Then all the decisions will be conveyed to the students, to all the applicants by 30th of May 2025. Should any of you have any questions related to the MA Economics program and the applications process, you can drop them in the Q&A box and we'll address them towards the end of the session. Without further ado, let's get started. Devin and Manvi, I have a couple of questions for you. Based on your experiences, you can share your responses for the questions. My first question to you would be, what were you looking for while, deciding your college for the master's program, and why did you come to choose to Ashoka?
Okay, I'll
Manvi, you go
start.
first.
Yeah. So, hello everyone. I'm Manvi Kathotia. Happy to be here. I was looking for a master's program that balanced theory with strong empirical training, ensuring I could apply economic concepts to real-world problems. Faculty quality was also a great key factor that drew me to Ashoka. I wanted to learn from researchers who are actively contributing to the field. Most importantly, I wanted an academically rigorous and intellectually stimulating environment that would, challenge me to think critically and push my understanding of economics. Ashoka stood out because it offers all of these. Its strong faculty, its emphasis on analytical thinking, and commitment to high quality education, which of course made it the perfect choice for my master's studies.
Over to you, Devin.
So for me, there were two broad factors. See, the first thing was that I've not done my bachelor's in economics, and this may be important for a lot of other people who are also who have not done their bachelor's in economics and are now opting to do a master's in economics. So I've done my bachelor's in mechanical engineering, and I got interested in economics. I won't get into that story right now, how I got interested, but what was important for me is, as I was new to economics, it was very important that the training that I'm getting, the faculty support that I'm getting is such that I also understand things and I'm also at par with all the other people who are there, who are studying with me, who have done their bachelor's in economics. So I reached out to a lot of people via LinkedIn who have done, and I reached out. These were people who had completed their masters from Ashoka, and all of them told me the same thing, that if you want support from faculty and if you are new to economics, then there is no other college other than Ashoka which will provide you greater support in terms of both academic resources as well as faculty support. So everyone over here, all professors are very approachable. And even though I was new to economics, I would say that the first couple of months were difficult because naturally it was a transition from a different field to economics. But this transition was made easy because of the supporting professors who are here. And there was another factor which I looked into. So I was very clear that after my master's in economics, I would be sitting for placements and entering the corporate world. So I also had a look at the average placement record that Ashoka has for master's students. And I reached out to a few students who are placed in good companies. And all of them told me that the support that the career development office provides in terms of preparing you for interviews and then eventually helping you get in getting placed, that is very very nice at Ashoka, and I experienced that personally after coming to Ashoka. It's teaching and placements. These were the two important factors that I looked at when I was selecting Ashoka.
Okay, thank you too for setting the tone right for the webinar. I'll move on to the second question that I have for both of you. How has your Ashoka experience been, both academically and also in terms of the non-academic engagements?
All right. My experience at Ashoka, least to say, has been incredibly enriching, both academically and beyond. Uh, One thing that that really is inspiring here is the peer learning environment and faculty interactions, as Devin clearly pointed out, which is really outstanding because professors here are very approachable, something that I hadn't seen before and something that other peers who are studying at different other universities have had a difficulty with. And not only that, engaging in guest lectures, talks, and audit courses, which are like courses that you can take apart from economics-based courses, has allowed me to explore areas beyond economics. The diversity of speakers that come for these talks has been particularly inspiring, ranging from, say, Dr. Dubari Subbarao that I attended last month, who is a former RBI governor, to Matt Chitranjan, who is the CEO of Blue Tokai Coffee, offering unique insights across industries. So that and outside academics, the campus experience has been equally fulfilling. Ashoka has provided a space for me to pick up on hobbies that I have always wanted to pursue, such as badminton and swimming. And that also provides a great balance to the rigorous coursework, I feel like. And to conclude, I think overall, Ashoka has been a space for both intellectual growth and my personal development. And it's because of these factors that I would really recommend people to come to Ashoka.
And
Over to you,
from
Devin. Yeah.
Yeah. And for me, so first of all, I agree completely with what Manvi said. I have also benefited a lot from these workshops, conferences, which keep happening on campus every week. And apart from that, I already talked a little bit about my academic experience. It has been wonderful. Although the first sem was a bit tough, but as you move through the degree, it becomes easier because your grip on economics itself increases as you study more. As far as the non-academics part is concerned, there are a lot of things to do on campus. So, although you'll be busy with your coursework once you come to Ashoka, but you will also have a lot of time apart from what you dedicate to your academics. So, what I do on a day-to-day basis is I take a lot of walks in and around campus. Apart from that, I too engage in a lot of sports. And apart from that, also I really enjoy just being on campus, and there are a lot of food outlets on campus. So just sitting over here with friends, having a good meal and a chat over a meal is something that I'm always looking forward to. So the experience, all in all, has been very good. Hmm.
Right, and I think what Ashoka also Ashoka is Ashoka because of its people. So the
Right.
engagements and
Hmm.
everything that we have on campus, we interact with undergrads, we interact with people who are pursuing other stuff, including YF or even professors.
Yeah.
So all of this is a part of the whole Ashokan experience.
Hmm.
Thank you so much again, you guys. So we had a previous webinar, and a couple of questions were around how, master students, if at all master students could become active part. I mean, they could take active part in the clubs and societies that Ashoka has. So would you be able to share any insights as master students? Do you think master students also actively take participation in the clubs and societies?
So, as far as these clubs and societies are concerned, see, most of these clubs and societies are run by undergraduates, and but the events that they organize, they are open for everyone. So, a lot of us, like a lot of people from our batch, we have actively taken part in these events, although we are not a part of the management team of these clubs and societies. So, in that ways, we have had the chance to get involved in this entire thing. So, it is run by these undergraduate people because they have a lot more time that they can give to such activities. We have a lot to do. We have to give a lot of time to our coursework. So So we have limited time, but as far as attending these events, taking part in these events is concerned, no one will stop you from doing that. So the onus is on you. If you want to, then you can. So that opportunity is always there.
Right. So it's not restrictive in the sense that not just undergrads are part of this. I've seen people who are PhD students who are part of clubs and societies, as well as one of my batchmate is a part of, let's say, gaming club, which is something that he's into. And there are a lot of other societies that host these events, be it consulting. And so it all depends on the, as Devin clearly pointed out and correctly pointed out, it's a personal endeavor that you want to take a part in or not. If it's something that is attracting you to, then you should, I think, is it would be a great place to like learn and engage.
Right, right. So Manvi and Devin, tell me, what are some of your favorite courses and what makes these courses your favorite? And tell us also who teaches them and what do you also like about their teaching styles?
All right. So some of my favorite courses at Ashoka have been those that focus on the empirical side of economics. Econometrics 2 or Advanced Ecotrics was taken by Professor Kanika Mahajan in our third semester. And that has been particularly impactful because of its emphasis on practical applications and data-driven learning, helping me to develop a strong empirical research skill. And this was something that I wanted to learn before I came to Ashoka as well, but I didn't find the correct tools and the environment to learn. But then this course was, I think, perfect for me. It was very rigorous, it was engaging, and the professor's way of teaching was also really inspiring. Another course that I've found fascinating is Economics of Agriculture that I'm currently studying in my fourth semester, which is offered by Professor Bharat Ramaswamy. Given my interest in policy relevant research, this course provides valuable insights into the challenges and the dynamics of the agricultural sector. Both these courses have deepened my understanding of how economic theory translates into real world analysis again. And the professors are also really, really great. They're approachable again, and the course structure is formed in a way that it's more of us understanding the models rather than just doing the theory part of the models, which is something that I feel is really important given that we are economics students.
So for me, I would like to talk about two courses. So I took a course called Health Economics last semester, which is offered by Professor Aparajita Das Gupta. So here in this course really interested me because we viewed the healthcare sector in India from the lens of econometrics and statistics. So we applied statistics and econometrics to understand what is happening in the healthcare sector in the country, what is happening in the private sector in the country, what is happening in the public healthcare sector in the country. Is public private partnership the best way going forward for the Indian healthcare ecosystem? So these are some of the questions that we looked at using econometrics, using data, using statistics. We read a lot of research papers related to healthcare outcomes and how healthcare outcomes in India are correlated to a lot of other things. The impact of policies on healthcare outcomes. These are certain things that we looked at. Like, for example, one such paper that we read was a paper which talked about how infrastructure development and road construction can actually improve the efficiency of healthcare delivery services in rural India. And that in turn has led to improvement in health outcomes for a lot of people living in tier 2 and tier 3 cities across the country. So all of these topics may seem like topics that you may come across when you're reading newspapers, but the nuances of these topics you understand only when you look at data sets, when you apply econometrics to these concepts, to this entire subject. And that is what this course helped me in doing. So that is why this course is something that interested me a lot. Another course which I'm currently a part of is time series econometrics, that is offered by Professor Piali Banerjee. Manvi is also a part of this course, and she will agree with what I'm going to say. When I was actually thinking about doing a master's in economics, when during my engineering days, when I was thinking of just combining my engineering education with a master's in economics. What primarily got me interested in economics was newspaper reading, and specifically one newspaper, which is Mint, which is a financial daily which comes every day in all major cities in India. So when I used to read this newspaper, I used to get fascinated by these forecasts that used to come in these newspapers. So a lot of economists used to do these GDP forecasts. A lot of business analysts used to do these forecasts on what is going to be the revenue or the profit of a particular company in the next quarter. What is going to be the performance in the next fiscal year. So forecasting was something that I was interested in, and that is something which this course is actually teaching us to do. So currently, both Manvi and I are learning about advanced forecasting techniques, how to use data in order to predict what is going to happen in the next 2 years, the next 3 years. So that is something which has really fascinated me because it's completely hands-on, and it is something which is going to help us afterwards as well once we enter the corporate world. So that is something. This course is something which I'm really enjoying right now.
Thank you. Thank you again. One more question, and then we can move on to the audience questions. What are the skills that you've gained from the Ashoka education that you think will help you in the professional life, especially in the current landscape?
Uh, yeah. So, I think one of the major skills that is again very common but goes really handy when we're shifting to both of us, I think me and Devin are planning to shift to the corporate side, is really needed is analytical and critical thinking. And Ashoka has equipped me with a strong set of these kinds of skills that will be invaluable in my professional life. And these skills have helped me approach problems with a structured and an evidence-based mindset. A lot of what we cover as a part of our courses involve us doing exactly the same, both at an individual and at a group level, which is again very important. Another skill that I can talk about is problem solving skills, especially through empirical coursework. So, as Devin mentioned right now, that we are doing time series econometrics, we've done advanced ecotrics as well. So, we have these courses really strengthen our ability to work with data and extract meaningful insights. And these comes with their own problems, and solving these problems is, I think, the part of the whole process. Uh, Additionally, I think the focus on effective communication, both written and verbal, through presentations, discussions, and writing research papers as well, has been crucial in articulating complex ideas uh, clearly. And beyond academics, the collaborative learning environment that we have as a cohort of not even our batch, but then the batch above, the batch below, and other areas as well. And the exposure to diverse perspectives have enhanced my ability to work in a dynamic and interdisciplinary teams. Um, these skills are really essential to step into the professional world. And I think Ashoka stands out in the sense that these come along now that I think, like I was thinking what to answer right now, but then now that I think about it, it's all a part of the process that I didn't really even realize that I was learning so much. And now that I think of it towards the end of the journey, there's a lot that I've actually learned. And if I compare myself to what I came when I came in Ashoka to right now, there's a lot of growth that has happened. So yeah, over to you, Divya.
There are a lot of points which you have already covered, Manvi, and I completely agree with each and everything that you have said. What I want to add to this is, see, when I look at the skills that I've learned over here, I would like to just break it down into two parts. One is the hardcore technical skills that you learn by being a part of the courses that like we take. So, which is the hardcore economics skills that we learn, and these statistical softwares that we learn, like Python and Stata and all of that, and we use those softwares in order to analyze data. So that is something that is there, but is the second bucket that I want to emphasize more on. So what happens is when you come to a place like Ashoka, you're also getting influenced by the larger community that is there. So in the past 2 years, what I have done is, apart from academics, is I've got this chance to talk to a lot of people outside of economics. So I've talked to a lot of undergraduates, a lot of people who are doing their who are Young India fellows, a lot of people who are pursuing their PhDs over here. In fact, I share my apartment with three PhD people in who are pursuing their PhD in biology. So what happens is, when you get this diverse environment, and you have these rich conversations with people of different disciplines, what ends up happening, and this is something that I'm realizing now that I'm in my last month of college, is that whenever you solve any problem in life, now you take a multi-dimensional approach. You don't just view it from the lens of an economist, but you also look at it via all different lenses. And this kind of thinking you only develop if you talk to people from different fields. So that is something that I want to emphasize upon, that if I'm sure that a lot of people who are attending this webinar right now, you are going to fill forms of different masters colleges in India. But if you just look at Ashoka, the difference is that if you pick, let's say, some XYZ college, I won't be naming any college, all these are great institutes, no doubt, but most of these colleges are offering a master's in economics and they are offering a PhD in economics. And then there are no other disciplines. But if you look at Ashoka, there's a master's in economics, there's a PhD in economics, and then there are other master's courses, other PhD courses. There are a bunch of undergraduate courses that are there, and there are multiple departments, everything from psychology, finance, economics, technology. All of these things are taught at Ashoka. So you might not learn all of these courses as a part of your core coursework, but because you are a part of the larger community, you will end up talking to a lot of people who are doing these courses. So that will add a lot of value to you, and that will help you further when you enter the corporate world. And why this is relevant right now is, see, right now what is happening in the professional world is, that because of artificial intelligence, even a lot of these technical skills that are there, a lot of this burden is going to be taken over by AI. So again, we are going to come back to this aspect of soft skills. How well are you able to manage other people? And now, see, if let's say, for example, 2 years back, your team would be having just, let's say, 4 to 5 other people in the corporate world. But now, what is going to happen is your team will have 4 to 5 people and 4 to 5 AI agents. So you should know what work can be efficiently done by AI and what can actually be delegated to other people. So for these kind of things, everything boils down to human skills. You should know how to lead well. You should know how to talk well with other people who are from different fields. It's not necessary that everyone who's going to work in your team in the corporate world is also going to be from an economics background. So you should know how to understand their strengths and weaknesses. And how can you do this? You can do this only if you have a rich college experience like we are having at Ashoka, where we are already talking to people from different fields and different disciplines. So these are aspects which, you may not realize right now, but over the course of your program at Ashoka, you may inculcate it in your personality, and then you may use this in the corporate world. So this is something that I wanted to emphasize on. That is all from my side.
Thank you so much, Deven and Manvi, for these wonderful insights. We'll now move on to the next section of this webinar. I'll have to address the audience questions one by one. First question is, would the assessment be happening online? Yes, the assessment is online. You can take the assessment from the comfort of your home. All you have to do is ensure a stable internet connection and a personal computer or a laptop. iPads or mobile phones would not be compatible devices to take the assessments from. So yes, a stable internet connection and a laptop would be enough for you to take the assessment from home. Moving on to the next question, you will have to address it for me. Does the MA Economics program's curriculum from the faculty provide assistance in financial risk roles or quantitative finance?
See, as far as finances, you need to understand this difference very well, because there are a lot of my batchmates also who come in thinking that, we'll be learning a lot of finance. But there is a difference between finance and economics. So, finance, there are no finance courses as a part of the main curriculum that is there. But there is as I told you, there is a finance department that is there. There are a lot of undergraduates who are doing their bachelor's in economics and finance. So you can audit these courses, which means you can take up these courses. You can talk to other faculty or other faculty members of the finance department who can help you in learning skills related to finance. But none of these finance courses are a part of the main curriculum that is there. So this distinction I want to make it very clear right now, so that no one comes in thinking that we'll be having a lot of finance as a part of the curriculum. And
Right.
Manvi, do you want to add something?
Yeah. So I think the core courses of under the economics department are related to getting those skills. So for example, again, emphasizing on the time series econometrics, people are doing finance-related econometrics analysis in as a part of this course. So we're learning the tools that we can use to do financial analysis. Number one. Number two is audit courses, as mentioned by Devin. Again, so I have always wondered how branding, the world of branding works, let's say. And I am auditing a course on branding that I've never done before. And that has given me a good insight. And I'm interacting with students. The professor is again really great. But that doesn't come as a course under economics, although you are free to audit the course. And take the course as well. Thirdly, related to placement assistance. So, as Devane again pointed out, that CDO has played a great role in getting us placed as well. So, if you are particularly interested in finance, they can help you network or connect with people who are in the domain of finance, and they can help you out with how to go in the field of finance further. So, yeah, I think you have something to say, Devane.
Just adding to your last point, so if you look at the placement record, so hardcore finance risk roles are very few. So that is something that you need to keep in mind. But if you want to learn these skills, there is ample opportunity. You can learn these skills along the way. So to answer your question, I mean, that is what I wanted to highlight. That and you can always tell your preferences to the career development office, and they will definitely assist you in getting a job in the finance sector. But as far as if you look at past placement records for master students, specialized finance risk roles, they are a few. Like they have that part has been less in number. So just highlighting that.
Yes, thank you. One more question is the course quantitative? If yes, to what extent is it quantitative?
So the course is highly quantitative right from day one. I think you would know that those who are applying would know that there is a rigorous math camp which happens right at the start of the course. So once you come to Ashoka, right from day one, you will have a, schedule for the next week where a lot of things related to quantitative techniques are taught right in the first week. And then the first year itself is pretty, like there is a lot of math that is involved in the core courses that you do. And the second year, most of the courses that are there, you'll be applying econometrics and you'll be applying math to understand different sectors. Like as I pointed out, that I had a course on health economics. So we applied econometrics and mathematics to understand what is happening in the healthcare sector. So it is highly quantitative, and there's a lot of math that is involved. According to me, it was fairly quantitative. And Manvi, do you want to add?
Yeah, so I agree. I think so that second in the second year we can understand what actually to understand the practical application of it. We need to know where those theories or those models come from, and that is why I think the first year is designed in a way that you have a lot of quant heavy courses as well. So it's I think like step one and step two related to like that sort of a thing. So yeah, it is a quant heavy, especially in the first year. But I think in the second year, when you have electives, you can choose according to what your specific uh, choices are or preferences are.
Thank you guys again. Another question is, can you tell me about the scholarship program? Uh, Ashoka does offer need-based financial aid to all the offered students. The eligibility is that you'll have to own, the only eligibility is that you need to be an offered student. If you get an offer of admission, you automatically become eligible for the need-based financial aid. So the financial aid portal remains active for 5 days after you receive your offer of admission. In the span of 5 days, the Office of Financial Aid will reach out to you, they will get in touch with you, and they will require some documents from you, which include documents related to the income standing of the earning members of your family, which might include the ITR documents or the expenditure documents. After rigorously evaluating the income and expenditure of your family, of the earning members of the family, certain brackets of financial aid will be, you know, given to the students, ranging from 25% waiver on the tuition to 100% waiver on tuition and residence and meals. The reference brackets of the financial aid are available on their website. You can open the Ashoka University's financial aid website and you can see the financial aid brackets. In that, it's in the tabular form. You will find the income in one side of the table and the approximate financial aid bracket applicable to that income bracket on that table. So you will receive enough information from the website. As current students, Devin and Manvi, if you have to also put in insights about how the need-based financial aid might have helped you in this academic journey, it'll be wonderful.
Uh, I know a lot of my batchmates who have been provided with not even like 25% or 50%, but actually 100 financial aid as well. And that has really helped them to be here and be a part of the larger society. So I think uh, uh, so that really is helpful for people coming from different backgrounds, and that is what the cohort of economics, masters economics program comes from. There are people from different backgrounds, and that is why the diversity is, I think, is really there. And I think, yeah, so that the financial aid really helps people. Uh, do you have anything
Just
to?
one thing. See, if you really want to come to Ashoka, just prepare well for the test. You give your exam, you get selected, you give your interview. After that, whatever assistance you require, Ashoka will give you that. So that is something that I want to highlight. A lot of my batchmates, as Manvi correctly pointed out, they have made use of this financial aid program, that is financial aid policy that is there, and they have got 100% financial aid. So if you really are interested in coming to Ashoka, there is enough support that is available. Don't hesitate in applying. Do apply. Everyone is evaluated on the basis of what all factors which are already highlighted by Munaza ma'am. So
Right, right. I mean, even though Ashoka, the admission to Ashoka is entirely merit-based, Ashoka University is also committed to making its, world-class education accessible and affordable for students from all walks of life. So, financial aid entirely assesses it's entirely assessed on the basis of the financial standing of the student's family. A candidate's ability to pay is assessed based on various financial resources available to their immediate family. And Ashoka University is one of the strongest beliefs is that the financial restraint should never be, you know, should never come in the way of student availing the world-class education that Ashoka has to offer. Moving on to our next question. For someone who's not trained in economics, I think, Devin, you would be the right person to answer this question again. How does one prepare for the entrance examination? Also, please suggest some resources.
okay, so here, so I'll tell you what happened to me. So, when I was in my last year of engineering, I did apply, I did fill the form for Ashoka. And at that time, so I made my decision of doing a master's in economics very late. So by that time, only 1 month was remaining. So I didn't prepare that well. And that time, I couldn't crack the entrance exam in the first one. So it is not going to be very easy also. You will have to put in a lot of effort. Then I had a year off after my engineering where I did an internship for a couple of months, and then I dedicated 6 to 7 months for the preparation process that is there. So for someone who has not done economics, like me, I didn't have any kind of knowledge of economics earlier. So what I did was I just stuck to what is written on the website that is there and the resources that are suggested on the website. So I think for each section that we have to attempt, I think there is an economics section. Like there's an option between economics and advanced mathematics, and then we have a logical reasoning section, and there is a quant section, if I correctly recall. So here, especially for the economics section, so I attempted the economics section, and the books that were recommended, as far as I remember, it's Hal Varian for microeconomics, and there is another book for macro. I don't recall the name. I think it's Dornbusch, Fisher, and Strats. These books are really, really, really helpful. So I did not touch any other resource. I just stuck to those books. And I think previous year papers are also there on the website. So what I did was I just stuck to the main textbooks that are recommended by faculty members and which are there on the website. And I just did previous year's papers. What you can also do is you can do previous year papers of Delhi School of Economics and JNU. These papers may help you. And one more thing that I want to highlight, like a lot of people may, you may kind of panic and you may kind of enroll for these coaching classes. So one thing that I want to highlight is I did not enroll for any coaching classes because I already had a very bad experience when I was preparing for my JE when I was doing my engineering right before I was doing engineering. So this time I decided that I'm not going to be a part of these coaching classes because they are just, I mean, they kind of just hype up things. They say things like if you don't do coaching, you can't crack Ashoka. Nothing like that. I did not have any background in economics. I just stuck to the core books that are there. I just ordered these books. I was at home for 6 months preparing from these textbooks, understanding economics, and I practiced a few questions from previous year papers. And then I was quite comfortable with the paper that came on that day, and I was able to crack the exam. And as far as the quant and the logical section is concerned, there are certain standard questions which come for every entrance exam, be it masters in economics or these other entrance exams like CAT. So there are, like, for example, in the logical reasoning section, there are questions related to speed, distance, and time. Then there are puzzle solving questions. So there is some kind of pattern that is there which you can identify by referring to previous year questions. So doing just that is sufficient. So you can prepare on your own. That is what I did, but you will have to give enough time to it. As I said, that the first time when I was attempting this, I just prepared for 1 month and I was not able to get through because the paper is not going to be that easy. But with 6 months preparation, when I gave it again in my second attempt, I was quite comfortable using just the resources that are recommended on the website.
Thank you, Devian, for that. Quickly, to add on to what the structure of the examination will look like, it's objective and it will consist of multiple choice questions. The exam will test students compulsorily on statistics and analytical reasoning. These two would be the mandatory sections of the test. In addition to that, they'll be required to choose either the section on maths or the section on economics, like Devian rightly said. You will find the syllabus of the entrance examination on the website, which is linked in the chat box again, and the sample question papers are also linked on the website. If you go to the admission section and open the MA Economics section, you will find the sample question papers and syllabus on the website, the link to which is also attached to in the chat box. Moving on, the other question that we have is, would you suggest applying to Ashoka for MA Economics program after the third year or fourth year as per the NEP, the National Education Policy?
All right. So I'll take that up. I think so. Personally, I came to Ashoka right after I finished my third year of undergrad. And I think it really depends on what your personal goals are. Because if you want to do research in the fourth year, then that also is fine. And as well as if you transition to masters in economics in Ashoka, you will be doing a lot of other like training in the first year again, and then research again. And you have a lot of societies like CEDA is there where you can be a part of and you can do data analysis. So I think it really depends on what the personal choice of or preference of the person is. If they are willing to pursue masters and do rigorous coursework, as well as like they have in mind that they have want to pursue masters, then I think moving to Ashoka would be the right choice. But if they are unsure about the shift or to economics, masters in economics, then I think taking a fourth year and rethinking would be a good choice. Devin, do you have something to say?
No, you summed it up pretty well. Nothing
Thank
to
you.
add.
Thank you, both of you. A student is asking the starting time for the course. When does the MA Economics program start? By the end of August, right?
Yes, yes, it was so when we started in I think last week of August was our math camp, and then right after that our first semester started. So it is post I think 15th of August. I remember that date. So I think after that.
Okay, thank you. The question that I'm asking you now has partly been answered previously, but if you would like to share more insights on this, how is the university equipping you to navigate the evolving landscape, especially with the rise of the AI?
I think I already covered a part of this before. And the thing is that, see, when you talk about AI, it's not only about learning hardcore tech skills, but understanding that once AI comes into the picture, how is it going to change businesses and how is it going to change your role in any organization that you're going to be a part of. So at the end, it is going to boil down to all these soft skills, including communication, how you deal well with other people, how do you kind of, if there is, let's say, a problem which was unanticipated, how do you kind of deal with that? Are you getting panicked or are you kind of cool enough to tackle that problem well? So AI is more like a tool which you can enhance and leverage in order to become much more efficient. And as far as the Ashoka experience is concerned, see, as far as the hardcore technical skills that are there, you will learn a lot of, data analysis is a part of the course. You will learn a lot of econometrics, and a part of that is required if you want to understand AI well, because ultimately AI algorithms run on the basis of data analysis. So part of that you learn, although there are no direct courses on AI because we are doing a master's in economics, so that you need to keep in mind. But as I told you, by being a part of the larger community, by interacting with people, by doing these group projects, which we have done in almost every course, especially in the second year, and by inculcating in yourself these soft skills, ultimately when you leave Ashoka and join the workforce, you will be pretty confident that if, let's say, by that time there's AI, or let's say something, let's say a newer advanced technology which comes into the picture, you will learn how to kind of navigate your way in understanding how to just use AI as a tool and not just get, very anxious about the AI revolution which is there, and understanding how you are going to, just I mean, you just need to focus on your soft skills and a little bit of technical skills, focus on communication, and you should be fine. Whether it is AI which is causing disruption or anything else, you will be confident, and this confidence will come as you move through your 2-year course at Ashoka.
Okay, thank you. Thank you again, Devin. What language do we learn in data analysis? Is it Python or any other programming languages?
So we have been trained in Python. We had a course specifically for Python in our second semester, which was an optional course. If you're interested in Python, you can take it. Then we have Stata, and we're doing RATs currently as a part of our time series econometrics. That is all right, Divya?
Yes, that is it. So there are ample statistical softwares which you will be learning. So you will get that by the end of your second year. You will have that knack of analyzing data using softwares. So you don't have to worry about that. There are multiple projects that you will be doing using these softwares as well.
We come to the end of this session. I think we have two more questions. One is, would there be any personal interview round? There used to be a personal interview round till the last session. From this academic year, we have discontinued the personal interview round. So you will only be mandatorily required to sit for the online entrance examination. And then your application forms as well as your entrance examination reports would be rigorously evaluated, based on which you students will get their decisions. One more question, one last question that we have for the session is, I'm struggling in English and I'm beginning training in English. How do I handle the entrance examination and the interview? Now that interview is not a part of the application process, I think with the right academic understanding of economics or maths or the reasoning part, I do not think the entrance examination needs advanced level of understanding of English. If you're comfortable with your own field, with your field of expertise, it shouldn't be a problem. Devin and Manvi, you can also add on to what I said.
Yeah, I want to add one thing. See, as far as the entrance exam is concerned, it's very simple, plain English, and a lot of it is going to be in terms of math. So you will be fine giving the entrance exam. Now, this aspect that you're talking about is very important to understand because at Ashoka we have a center for writing and communication, which is called CWC. And a friend of mine who's also doing masters, he has taken advantage of the center once he came to Ashoka. He's also our batchmate. He's doing masters in economics, and he also felt that he needs to improve a little bit on his communication skills, on his writing skills, because ultimately these skills will help you whatever kind of job you pick up after your masters. So he has benefited a lot by going for these sessions which are organized by the Center for Writing and Communication. So this kind of a center may not be a part of other colleges which you are going to apply for when it comes to masters in economics. So this is another reason why Ashoka can be very beneficial for you in terms of personality building, in terms of becoming smart, in terms of interacting with others. So that is one thing that I wanted to highlight. But as far as the entrance is concerned, it is very plain, simple questions. Simple English is used, and it's half of more than half of the question is going to be the part of the question is going to be in terms of math. It is going to be an issue. And Manvi, if you want to add something.
I think you perfectly summed it up.
Also, in addition to that, Ashoka's, there's also a Center Office of Learning Support which helps students overcome the language barriers by providing English language support. So that is also something that will come in handy for students who struggle in communicating in English language. I think that is here we come with, we do not have any more questions. Yes. Thank you, panelists, for participating in this discussion. I had a great time interacting with both of you and hearing your wonderful perspectives on what makes the MA Economics program at Ashoka stand apart for you. I would really appreciate if our audience could please take a minute to share their valuable feedback with us. The link to the feedback form is provided in the chat box. Also note that this recording of the session will be available on Ashoka's YouTube channel in case you would like to share it with your friends and family. Also note that the deadline to apply to the MA Economics program at Ashoka University is 30th of April 2025. So apply as soon as possible. The application link for the form is also provided in the chat box. If you have any further questions, any queries regarding the MA Economics program, please feel free to write to us at economics@ashoka.edu.in. Once again, I thank our wonderful speakers for taking out time from your busy timetables and participate in this session. This brings us to the end of the session. Goodbye and all the best to all of you for your applications. And thank you again, Devin and Parik, for your lovely insights. Have a good rest of the evening. Bye-bye.